This is Jimmy Catania. This is recording number 8. I made it all the way to the ammunition store. Lo and behold, there's nothing left. Nothing. I'm not even talking like a fucking cartridge. Should have known when I saw the door was wide open. I'm running really low on ammunition. I don't know what to do. On my way down here, got into a altercation with another human being. When I thought I was like the last one left. One of the normal ones, at least. Who am I kidding? I'm not normal. I haven't killed anybody in a long time, but at least what I'm trying to say is I haven't killed anybody. That isn't one of those things. A person that's just normal, just a regular person. I'm sick to death over it. Let alone it was a female. She was pretending to have a gun on her. She tried to stop me. She thought I was one of these group members for these factions. She's saying names. Just wasn't making any sense. Saying something about dragons and Templars. I figured maybe she was a little crazy, but anyway, she tried to stop me, and I thought she did have a gun on her. But when I turned around, I butted her with the end of my weapon, knocked her out cold. I sent a big shot off next to her, thinking maybe I would scare her off, but the shot just rang in a bunch of fucking animals. Lucky for me, I got away, but she didn't. They tore her to pieces. I'd never seen anything happen so fast. Within seconds, she was just scraps. I tried to kill everything that I could, but there was still some left, so I ran as fast as I can. I feel like crap right now. Young woman died at my hands. It was because of some stupid mistake. I'm heading down to that camp tomorrow. I'm going in with my guns. And if they try to stop me or anybody tries to stop me in between, I'm going to fucking shoot them. I'll let you guys know what happens if I get in tomorrow, if that is what happens. Hopefully there's some good people over there, and maybe they got a spot for me. We'll see. For now, I'm gonna be held up in this ammunition store. I got the gates down outside. Nothing really can make its way in. However, there is noise coming from the second story, so I'm assuming that there's no tenants upstairs. And if there are, they're probably dead. And now they're probably zombies. Because what else is new? But I don't think there's any way for them to get in here. So hopefully next time I talk to you, I'll be hooked up with some other people. And not in pieces like I left that other one. God rest her soul. This is Jimmy Catania out.
What if the world around you was a facade? A curtain pulled over your eyes to hide the true nature of what surrounds us. Secret societies vie for power against one another while combating the evils that threaten our existence. This is the truth within the secret world.
Welcome, listeners, to our 9th broadcast of the Tempest Secret Cast, our Secret World podcast. I'm your host, Scrivian. I'm joined by my co-host, Varnes.
Hey, yo, guys.
And this week, I'm also joined by Isaac Clark, one of our other guild members.
What's up again?
Hey, guys, it was a good week in Secret World this week. Let's jump in and talk about a little bit of the news that happened this week. I didn't see any big announcements. I didn't see any big interviews or anything. I know they did a patch, and they did some bug fixes, and a lot of quests got fixed. I was able to finish off my Egypt achievements and stuff. Did you guys notice anything different this week in where you were playing?
Me personally, not really.
I didn't notice anything different either. Just
okay.
I guess we seem to be getting more and more trolls though on the server.
Oh, you mean just in general chat?
Yeah, a little, just a few of them, but not too many.
Yeah, I think the only issue I'm still having, the bug fix, the big one for me, is still the chat channels not being fixed.
Yeah.
And that's just killing me. The only good thing is a lot of times I'm running stuff with the guild, and TeamSpeak works fine. So if all of a sudden they're like, hey, Scrivian, they're trying to talk to you in guild chat, or Cabal chat, I will then realize that my chat channel's again turned off, and I just have to turn them back on. So... but hey, we've got the news we talked about last week. Isaac, you weren't here, but I know you're up on it. Is the issue 1 is coming in 9 days?
Yes, with all the new stuff.
Yeah, what do you think about that? I mean, so soon after, only 1 month after launch, we're going to get some more missions and 2 more nightmare mode instances and all that.
Well, the fact that they're pushing any content out is good news. I guess that shows that either their numbers are exceeding where they were going, where they thought they were going to be. Or maybe they just had this plan the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, any kind of content that comes out is fine by me.
Oh, no, I agree. I mean, it's something to keep the game fresh. I thought about it a little bit more this week about what they had said about there's a chance. I mean, it's cool because it's kind of written as an evolving story. And it's not like, it doesn't feel like the other MMOs, not necessarily so much like Star Wars, where it wasn't your story, you didn't have a choice. In this one, you do have a choice, even though you kind of follow the storyline just because it's interesting. But some of the main characters are some of the things that they're going to talk about. Whether it's Krieg, have you run into him yet down at the lighthouse in Savage Coast? Have you done any lighthouse quests?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I think you're almost to that point when I talked to you earlier. So when you get to him, he's an author. But he's a character people know. It's the same like, you guys know, Norma in Kingsmith, right?
Yeah.
And what they're talking about also in the future is changing those characters' lives or ending those characters' lives in some cases, which is kind of interesting for an MMO.
Yeah.
And you figure, and we talked about it. Is this going to be like World of Warcraft, where you have, and I know you didn't play that, Isaac, but Farns, you're familiar with it, the feats of strength, where it's like, because people are asking, well, how do I do, how am I going to do something wicked if Norma dies? That quest could be gone, and it's like, hey, it's a continually evolving world that they're building, and if the characters die, they die. I kind of like it. I mean, I think it's interesting. So you get in there, and it's not really a push to finish content, but it's you get in there and just explore everything you possibly can. And, some of the ones, if you want to, like I like going back in some of the quests in Kingsmouth, I'll repeat, and some in Savage Coast, and some in the various areas. I like the quests, and they're kind of fun to do. I'll go back and do those. But the storylines, the investigation ones are kind of cool. So if those go away because the story changes and you have to investigate it or something, I don't know. I think it's kind of cool to see the game world change. So it's not just the same. 2 years down the road, I'm not going to be leveling, a dragon through Kingsmouth again. It's going to be exactly like it was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So
it is a good idea. It does make it different at times. You could also, if they want, they could add better items to the end of the missions when you complete it, and then once it goes away, you can't get those items anymore.
Oh, true. I mean, even it seems one of the things they have in now is are the special outfits or items you get.
Yeah, after
which
completing
are
it.
Cool. Yeah, I know you said. Are you still looking for a ball cap of some kind?
I got the I forget where I got it from. I got the blue ball cap.
Oh, Kingsmith's, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still looking for that, cowboy-like hat out there somewhere.
I think that one right now, the only place I've seen it besides the gunslinger outfit, which is kind of like that, is I think the item store has one. I could be wrong. I haven't looked for cowboy hats.
I don't think the item store has one. I know the gunslinger has the hat, and then
but you got to wear the whole outfit.
Mm-hmm. And on top of it, the illusionist has a hat too.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. The illusionist does. I saw. Who had it this week? Was that Romeo or? Might have been Romeo or Cross Bubbles. I think has the illusionist outfit. It's the first time I had seen anyone wear it. I didn't know what it looked like in game. It was pretty cool looking.
Vaughn, do you want to go for that Robert Rodriguez look?
The what?
Robert Rodriguez. Do you know who that is?
Not off the top of my head.
Oh, fucking kill yourself. It's one of the best directors of our time.
Okay.
What's he directed?
Sin City. But he's better known for Desperado, El Mariachi, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, Spy Kids.
See, I'm really horrible with celebrities and directors.
Drop me off Spy Kids. So.
That's all right. Yeah, no, he's great though, and he's always wearing those cowboy hats.
Cool. Well, let's jump over and talk a little bit of our first section, character development. Jacinta, I'm headed out to do the podcast.
Okay, honey. Do you have your gear?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do.
Let's check. Fist spikes?
Check.
Katana?
Check.
Axe?
Check.
9mm?
Check.
Browning shotgun?
Check.
Sig Sauer assault rifle?
Check.
Blood element and chaos totems?
Check, check, check.
It would probably be better if you just specialize in a select few.
And the first question I have is, and I know, and again, we've got people in our Cabal, and we're out to 102 people now in the Cabal, and we've got people spread out all over the place. We've got our 5 guys, or actually there's only 3 guys, the other 2 aren't in the guild, that they've kind of teamed up with, who are running nightmares every single day, and they're the only ones doing that. And then we've got guys at the other end. We just picked up a couple guys who just picked up the game because their buddy said it was good, who were kind of just working their way through Kingsmouth. I mean, we've got people through I logged in tonight and there were 30 people online, and we had people in every single zone and probably most of the instances kind of spread out. So that was kind of cool. But my question is, what do you guys, how do you feel about, and this came up in the forums, what do you do with your AP, all your anima points, after you've got your deck set the way you want? I mean, what are you guys planning on doing with your extra points?
I was hoping me and Isaac could play like some poker, just use them as poker trips.
Yeah, that would be great. High stakes.
Honestly, I think just saving them up for the new weapon sets that they'll be coming out with over the time would be probably the more ideal thing to do with the APs. I mean, it's not like you can really do anything with them once the decks are done. And
if you complete all of them, yeah. I'm thinking, I was talking more of the lines like me. I bought all my healing skills, so I got the 3 trees in fist, assault rifle, and blood. All right, so that could do any healing, and I've also discovered now I got to go into, there's a pistol tree I need to grab. But what would you recommend to me as a healer? I mean, I know what I'm going to do with them, but what would you recommend to a player who says, hey man, what should I do with these things? I have no interest in DPSing. I have no interest in being a tank. Do you think just because there's a cap, it's 175. Yeah. At that point, you just start losing them. Is it worth it to just throw them all in and become a jack of all trades?
I would say probably if you're starting to get towards the number cap, to probably take like 20 or so of them and just start spraying them around, because you don't want to, say, go into the future and be like, you know what, I wouldn't mind trying tanking, or I wouldn't mind going to do DPS.
Yeah.
You know, you might as well spend some of the points. I would suggest probably saving up at least a good 75-80% of it for, like, you know, the weapons that come out later.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's good to branch out and see maybe there's something else you want to try, or something that maybe you haven't done before in another game. So, like, to me, that would be tanking, because I've never tanked in MMOs yet. And I just probably would start putting it into a second spec, because I know that I want a DPS, but if we have too many DPSs in the guild and we need a tank, maybe I'll start putting my points into tanking, and then I'll put my points into healing, and then any kind of builds that work any way to help the guild out, I would probably try to fix up a spec.
Yeah, one of the tips I would have with regards to this is, we're finding out this, and you can see it in general chat and spam, and when I was working on, I've started building a tank deck after my healing, because we were short a couple of tanks and I wanted to run stuff. But they talked about, don't forget the miscellaneous trees. Those 3 green trees are kind of geared towards, one of them's really pretty tankish. It's going to cause, they have attack or abilities in there which increase threat or hate, will cause taunts, or allow you to taunt. And then there's DPS ones which cause you to allow you to, jumbling all my words, which allow you to drop hate or lose threat, and, you know, increase DPS, and there's some ones that are bonus on healing too. So that's another thing. I mean, my recommendation is not only that, is to find, there are other skills in there. Remember, the passives can be spread out. As long as it isn't tied to a specific ability, you can grab those passives and say, hey, I found this ability in the, and I'm making this up, you know, I found this ability in shotguns which says all your frenzy abilities are 7.5% more effective. And you're like, well, crap, my anima on my assault rifle healing is a frenzy attack. So that would be cool, because it makes it 7.5, you know. So it's to look around and kind of just really dig into the wheel and find, and if you don't want to dig into the wheel, there are plenty of sites out there already. Like I said, we've mentioned Yukai's guide on Synergy, and there's a bunch of other guides popping up. Go to the official forums, to the fan sites, and there are things popping up everywhere, people saying, oh, don't forget this, and that, and stuff to really make it pretty powerful. So, I don't know, that's just something to look at. Well, you've left Kingsmith now, and you're in Savage Coast. Varns, where are you? Are you in Egypt?
Yeah, I'm still in Egypt.
Oh, no, man, there's not still. I mean, there's plenty of players still in Egypt who are taking their time with the story, and I just finished up my last achievement Egypt quest this week, and it was fun to go back and do it. And one of them was pretty tough, but I really wanted to do it solo, so I kind of wiped a lot, and then I finally figured out how to do it. But I mean, what are you guys looking for in your next areas? I mean, you finished. What kind of things are you looking to continue? Because we're all in different areas, so go ahead, Isaac.
I just love to quest. I love the quests they give me, and some of them, the stories are just great. You know, even
now, how much are you finding yourself buying into those stories?
I love it. I fall right into them. I just think this game is really developed around the storylines. It's just fun because, you know, like I was saying, I don't know if it was last episode or the first one I was on, but I love anything horror related. I love the genre, and I think that they do such a great job of keeping you entertained by putting little pieces of every, you know, all different movies that you've seen throughout your life. They take, you know, some of the story and just put it in these quests. So you're always relating it to another, you know, movie or something, or a book you've read. It's just great, and it keeps me entertained. So,
now I know you were not a fan of the Star Wars game, right?
No, not really.
Now in that one, and I don't remember how far you got into it, but Star Wars was really built around that story as well. And Varns, I know you played up through that as well. People compare this somewhat. I've seen comparisons between TSW and SWTOR, but I mean, it feels different. The story feels different to me because it feels like it's my story.
Yeah,
I mean, not even necessarily my story. It's just it's a story that I have an opportunity to participate in.
Yeah,
and I feel like I'm participating. I'm not maybe not the star, but you know, what do you guys?
I mean, me personally, I really like to see the story kind of continue from where it kind of left off from Savage.
Mm-hmm.
Though one of my bigger issues, and I think it's one of the reasons why I haven't been playing too much, is the game allows you to basically solo everything, and I'm just getting to the point where it's just like, I don't want to solo anymore. I want to do group things. I like to go do the raid content when it comes out. That's like the big thing I'm really looking forward to doing.
Well, I mean, you can, you can solo a lot of the stuff, or the majority of the stuff, and you know, one of the things I want to talk about in the next section is, you know, still talk about, is the game too easy? But I mean, you can solo a lot of stuff, but I've had a blast. I mean, I know Isaac, and because of his work, has been limited in the time that he was able to play. But last week, him and his buddy Billy were on, and I came back over to Kingsmouth, and we ran Polaris. And we did some quests over there. I had a blast. I mean, I was way out, you know, geared up into the Transylvania area.
One-shotting zombies.
Yes, but yeah, I had fun. It was still fun to do the content, to go back and grab the quest and then run through with you guys. I mean, I enjoyed that.
And that's the thing. Like Vaughn, you hit it right on the head when you said it. It's a lot of solo questing, but at the same time, you could choose if you want to do it solo, or you could do it with a group, because you could ask somebody in the guild, hey, I need help in this section, please come help me out. And more than likely, the people in our guild are going to say, okay, I'll come help you. Somebody will say they'll help you.
Yeah.
But if not, while you're questing alone, that's what I'm saying, is that the story is so good that you don't mind questing alone. Yeah, it'd be a lot quicker if you're in a group, you know, if you got to kill 10 enemies of a certain kind or something like that. But it still engulfs you in the storyline, and it doesn't really matter if you're by yourself or not. I mean, at least to me, that's how I feel when I play it.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right, when we ran Polaris and then we ran the Darkness after that with everybody, it is good to be in a group and be fighting with people, even though you guys are killing everything so much more than I am, because I'm just tagging along for the ride, and for the QL6s and 7s. But it's I know what he means when he says, like, you know, sometimes he wants to play in a group. And
no, I agree with you. I think I've had, I mean, although I've done a lot of the game solo, I think one of my most fun times have definitely been, you know, when I was grouped up with people in the Cabal, or just grouped up. I mean, hell, I did some of this, just happened to be in an area in Transylvania, and people were in the same area. We just, you know, invite them to the group, and, you know, hey, how you doing? Good, how are you doing? I'm on stage 2. Cool, I'm on stage 3. I'll help you catch up. And yeah, I don't know them. They're Templars, they're dragons, and we just go knock stuff out. It was pretty cool. We did one of the fungus quests, a tough quest, hard difficulty in Transylvania yesterday, and I just met up with some dragon who was doing it too, and we just did it. It was kind of cool. How about the lore and the exploration? Have you guys done a lot of that? Been searching for the lore or exploring the area?
I personally haven't been doing a lot of the collecting the lore, even though I see them. But I have been, since I've gone to the Egypt area, I've been actually strolling around on top of, like, the buildings and whatnot, trying to see where I can get to and what I can't.
I love that. I love that fact that some of the lore it's not just, you know, you run around a corner, it's there. Some of the pieces I've just stumbled across because I accidentally, you know, active roll when I had it on. I rolled off a cliff, fell down into a little gully, and oh crap, there's a piece of lore there. I never would have found it. Unless I would have pulled up a guide or something, I never would have found it. So, I mean, I had last week I went through and I went and searched for everything I could find in Kingsmouth, and I had a blast doing it. So how about you, Isaac? I mean, have you looked at any of the lore? Are you waiting to collect them before you read the full stories?
I have. Basically, what I've been doing is I just been doing my quests, and every time I see one, I'll go grab it. The thing is that now I'm so used to, like, even with console games, when you have a certain different routes to go, like you could go right or left, and your waypoint's telling you go right, you're gonna go left anyway because you know that there's something there that they put for some reason. So the developers put these lures in certain spots where I already know that there's probably something over there, so I'll go find it anyway. So, like, when I was when I was at the academy in Savage Coast, I ran up all the way to the attic, and sure enough, there was a lure there. I knew that there was going to be a lore there, though, because you just know where they're going to probably place stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Places that you wouldn't normally go. And then they do put some lures out in the open. But like I said, right now I'm going to do my quests. I'll pick up whatever I can. And then later on in the game, I'll look at some maps or something where they have them all, mapped out with the coordinates, and I'll go back and get those.
Okay, cool. So let's jump over to our second section of gameplay.
Smeagol, what are you doing in my chair?
I'm playing the Secret World, and I got a message to my followers.
You have followers?
Yes, Smeagol have many followers.
Why? What for?
Because I want my precious back from those damn dirty hobbitses.
Smeagol, there are no hobbits in the Secret World.
Then I've been wasting my time.
Yep. Now, would you kindly get out of my chair so I can play the game?
You! I'm still playing the game. Smeagol loves Secret World. Secret World new. Precious.
God damn you, Smeagol.
And now I know in the first one, or the first topic I want to talk about was instances. And it seems to me, and I've done all the normal ones, and I've done all the elite ones, and I've been in one nightmare so far, and I'm waiting for a couple of our Cabal mates, you guys maybe, to catch up so we can run these things. But it seems to me that the normal to the elite, it was kind of a baby jump. It wasn't that bad. I mean, the elites aren't too hard once you're doing them anyways. They're kind of geared towards quality level 8, 9. But I know you guys aren't running them yet. But I've just seen a lot of this stuff. It seems the difficulty level for Nightmare is a big jump. I mean, people are now looking for groups, and you're seeing the spam anytime. I guess when you pass through Agartha, spam for you need this much attack power, this much heal rating, this much health, this much whatever, blah blah blah, and to get into my Nightmare group, whatever. I'm not worried about it because I'm going to do it with our Cabal. I think it kind of sucks for the community partially, but and then, like I said, I know you guys haven't run these. So my question comes down to there's no lockout on normals. And you guys know, we've gone in there and done Polaris 5 times in an hour. There's no lockout on Elite. And when you get up to doing those, you can run those, chain run them over and over and over and over. But when you get to Nightmare, there's a 16-hour lockout. Do you think that the lockout, that 16-hour lockout, which is necessary because there will be, hardcore players going to go in there and they would farm the crap out of it, and anything that's BOE, they're going to sell. You know that. That's what's going to happen in every game.
Yeah.
But do you think that lockout, because it is a 16-hour lockout, and the way that it works is, when you go in there and you drop a boss, you're locked. So that those 5 players are locked out. They can't go back into another instance. They can go in together to that same instance, but when they disband, it's done. They're done for the day. Do you think that mechanic is kind of halting a majority of people's progression? Because people are afraid. I mean, they don't want to. I mean, you see a lot of stuff. People are calling it elitism, and I have that's one of the things I want to talk about coming out of the thing. Is the apparent rule, or people saying, "Well, I don't want to run with anyone who hasn't been through there, who doesn't know the fights, who doesn't blah blah blah." All those things that makes them sound like they're elitists, when in fact it may just be players saying, I don't want to lose my 16-hour lockout because, if I go in there with 4 new people and we just can't get past, we get the first boss down and I can't get any further. I can't get my black bullion, my mark for the day, my currency. So I'm screwed for 16 hours now. Do you think that lockout is kind of playing into that?
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do. Is they're also trying to slow it down so that people can catch up. Yeah, if there are going to be those players like myself, including myself and Varnes. We don't really play too much, so we're trying to, as fast as we can, to level up so that we could get to the part.
I know. I keep telling you guys, take your time.
Yeah, and it is. The thing is that you can take your time with this game. It has so much in it that you'll just get hours upon hours of gameplay. But at the same time, we do want to raid, and we want to be in raid day 1. So, I mean, I don't know. I think the reason why there is a lockout is to keep everybody sort of even, so they have nothing else to do by going in.
Sort of like gating in-game stuff?
Yeah. They don't want them to have everything on farm where other players are still so far behind they'll never catch up.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And I'm curious to see what the raid's going to be like. I mean, I personally hope the raid is difficult, or not. I hope it's challenging.
I just hope it doesn't have a lot of bugs.
That killed in Star Wars, but I don't want to see not a lot of bugs, and I hope that it's challenging, so that that it isn't. I mean, I don't want to see like what was it, the Tin Man in Rift that just came out, the Feast,
Primeval Feast, yeah,
Primeval Feast. That was cleared the first day.
Yeah,
that it came out. I don't want that.
And the thing is those fights are basically all mechanics. There is no... I mean, there's a lot of tank and spank in between the fights, but you have to really know what you're doing in there. And for it to be cleared that fast when almost all the fights are mechanic fights, it's weird. Yeah.
Well, what about... have you guys looked at the PvP gear or not at all?
I haven't, no. I haven't even PvP'd yet.
Yeah, it sucks I can't get in there with you because of your level. Varnes, have you looked at the PvP gear at all?
No, I have not.
Yeah, it's kind of the same, sort of the same thing. There's still a gating there. I mean, the stuff is expensive, but it's not too bad. But I think there's a lot of variables that come into play there. You buy the high-end PvE gear from vendors in your faction headquarters. For us in New York, the Illuminati headquarters, you buy it with the Black Bullion. In PvP, you buy it with Black Marks of Venice. Now, the only ways that you can get these Black Marks are by participating in the El Dorado Battleground, the Stonehenge Battleground, or the Fusang Persistent Warfront there. Now, the only way you get them in Fusang, though, is by taking a facility, which you can do only once every 30 minutes. And if you take a facility, you get 7 of them. All right? If you win one of those other 2 battlegrounds, you're on the winning team, you get 9, and if you lose, you get 3. So you can go and run and lose all day long and still get black marks. It's going to take you a while because the minor talismans are 69, the major talismans are 96, the head talismans are I think 124, and I think the weapons are 297. I may be off, but pretty close on those marks. So it's going to take you a while to gear up that way as well. And then the other thing that goes into it is even running the nightmare modes and those is, you guys know, you've seen people, we've got guys in the guild who are QL10 green or QL10 blue because they're running instances, is that the gear level itself actually goes up to 10.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, so it's kind of this little staggered that you can upgrade it through some other stuff. But we can talk about that in another show a little bit later. So, cool. There was a big thing, and one thing is there's a report of exploiting going on in PvP with some attacks, and of course, our guild doesn't tolerate exploiting, and or anything like that. But I do want to say that with the game design the way that it is, I think players have to be careful because with the 500 plus skills, there are chances that players are going to come up with combinations that may seem like an exploit that are not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By increasing percentage, by stacking things that they didn't. Other players have never seen before. Somebody fills out their entire wheel, and I think 2 players at least did it this week, have completed their whole wheel. They have every ability in the game. Chances are they're going to find some combination that's going to cause them to hit really hard in PvP if, the dice roll the right way. So I said you just got to, watch out for it. Before calling out, and jumping exploit is looking in to see how these abilities go. So, cool. Well, do you guys have a gameplay, a tip of the week, or anything that you wanted to say or you've been thinking about?
Don't be as slow as me.
You're not slow, man. You're enjoying the game.
Oh wait! I got a tip, Scriv.
Yeah, what's that?
About the bag and the items.
Go ahead.
No. Cool. You know what? I actually forgot, so I'll let you tell everybody your tip.
No, that's not mine. I got it out of the forums. Varnes, do you have anything?
Not really too much of a tip, but I would say if you're going to plan out a build, definitely take a look at some of the elite abilities and see how you can kind of work them into your actual build.
Definitely.
As is. Because there's some really good ones out there, and then Miscellaneous has a couple of really good ones too, as far as like for tank, and there's one there for crowd control. But when you start looking at the hammers and stuff like that, I mean, there's some really good ones to pick from.
Oh, definitely. My tip comes, and I don't claim credit for this. I just saw it in the forums and tried it out, and it was fantastic for crafting. For splitting stacks, which is a pain in the ass, what you can do is if you're crafting and you got your stacks and you're ready to put your pattern down for crafting whatever item, weapon, talisman, all you have to do is left click the stack of runes or metals or whatever, and just keep the left button pushed, drag it over into the crafting area, and wherever you want to drop one, just right click in that spot and it'll drop one piece there. You fill your pattern out in a matter of seconds and then dump the stack somewhere else and then you're set to go. And that has saved me a lot of time.
Me too.
All right, let's go into what's hot from the forums this week. One of the topics we kind of already talked about was elitism and in-game, and there's kind of a reason that is, maybe because of the lockouts. The other big one for me is that chat's still broken, 23 days and counting, and the chat system's broken.
They better fix that shit. I mean, come on. It's one of the most important features in a game.
It's hard to be an MMO if you can't talk to anyone.
Yeah. I mean, don't we have like Pablo from Colombia, and he wants to like talk to us, but he can only speak Spanish, so he can't speak in TeamSpeak because not all of us will understand. But he could type English, so he wants to talk in chat, but he can't because the chat's fucking broke. Fix it, Funcom.
Yep, that's true. Do you guys see anything else? Any of the hot topics?
I don't really go into the forums.
Cool.
Vaughn, did you take a sedative tonight?
No, not at all.
You sound tired, man.
It's my allergies.
Oh, yeah. Me too. They're killing me. Hopefully I turn into a zombie and then I can come find you so you could shoot me in the head.
Well, you're in New York. Maybe you're part of that whole raid idea thing. That's what I think. Zombie outbreak. I'm telling you, man. That's the raid I want. I want the zombie outbreak. 3.6 million people in New York City. And you're like, you come through Agartha in Central Park. That's what I want. And then like it closes. You got to fight your way out of the city.
I just want you to get credit for it if it happens. Because it seems like that's something I actually want to talk about. It seems like there's a lot of mods coming out lately for the game. Mm-hmm. Between basically customizing your UI a little bit, not as much as you want to, but stuff like that. Adding in-game clock that actually works. Adding more zoom or less zoom. You could actually. I think there's a new mod they just put out for that, which is something I need to look into because I hate the all zoom
being zoomed up all close.
Yeah. It seems that after these mods are out, within weeks, they're in bug fixes and there are new features in games.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I hope Funcom, sees that some of the really good ones that come out, and then I hope they give credit to the people who've created them.
I hope so. That'd be really nice. That'd be good. Yeah, I know, I don't remember the site, but I know there's one site that's kind of doing all the mods, or coordinating them at least.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, that's been good. So, Varnes, I hear you've got our real news story of the week. Proof that the secret world may actually exist.
I might. I just might. I don't have the actual location. I remember reading the story a while back. I actually just quick looked it up. I believe it's in China. It's a museum down there, and they have what basically is a half snake, half human. It's basically the tail end of a snake with an upper bi-torso of a human. Basically, from what they got on here was they call it Janglot. It's like a female half snake, half human. It's about 15 to 20 centimeters in length from head to tail. The way that looks, it looks like it dates back by 300 years, like a mummy. It was basically taken care of by an old man that found it near a river besides the Tologanga district. I hate some of these names. West part of Java, Indonesia.
Wow.
Say found the snake from basically having a dream, and the snake had pleaded with him to basically treat her really well. The snake basically got its nutrition from blood. It wouldn't really touch fresh animal blood that was given to her from a keeper, so they're not really sure how she was getting the blood and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
That's really about it. I mean,
It's
they have
interesting. Yeah, I remember you put the story up a little while back, and I remember seeing the pictures, and it looks real.
It looks
cool.
hard, but they're saying it's real, and I
All
don't
one
know.
piece, not sewn together or anything.
Yeah, it's one complete piece. I mean, there's a whole debate in here, basically a poll saying if it's real, fake, or if people believe there needs to be more proof.
Yeah. People are always going to want more proof. But it's just kind of cool they found. I mean, hey, they found that, yet we still don't have we haven't caught a Yeti or a Bigfoot, Sasquatch, Chupacabra.
Those-
I don't know. They say they've caught those, and that was almost our story for the week. But I'll save that one. But not alive. It's always dead. Always somebody shoots it, or they found it dead. So
Or
you can't prove.
They say that possums eat Bigfoot bones, raccoons eat Bigfoot bones, so that's why there's never any traces of Bigfoot bones. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's like the giant morphs. You see morphs around here in the U.S. and they're like, size of a quarter or a $50, and then you see the one that are out in like Brazil and stuff, and they're freaking massive.
Yeah. Cool. So, Varnes, what do you got for a question of the week, or do you have one?
All right, the question of the week is, with the secret world being based on the real world, what location that's not in the game yet would you like to see actually in the game?
I think for me, and this is only to get down there, I want to see, let's go South America. I know it's a big area, and if I had to specialize, I'd want to go to like Brazil or something like that and go into the, Brazil, I'm pretty sure it's Brazil or Colombia, whatever. Peru, maybe it's Peru. I want to go into the Inca stuff. Let's go into those ruins, or I know it still kind of ties into the similar in kind of a disappeared culture of the Incans and Mayans, but I think let's get into South America. Let's get into the jungle with the poisonous snakes and big ass spiders, and even go Central America and go Aztec jaguar warriors and those kinds of things would be kind of cool.
Cannibals.
Oh, cannibals! Yeah, hell yeah.
I think maybe what would be kind of cool is if they incorporate Alcatraz. Just an island with a prison on it, infested with zombies and spirits of ghosts.
You know what? It wouldn't surprise me if they do at one point or another throw that type in there, because that is pretty big for Legends.
Well, that would be not. I mean, maybe not Alcatraz. But I see what you're saying. An island, maybe a hidden island somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, call it Atlantis.
Yeah,
Or something like that,
Lost.
and have it a freaking. And what it is it's this nasty ass island prison where they've all the beings that have ever broke the treaties, that they're supposed to stay hidden,
Yep.
or have gone on serial killing, mass whatever, killing sprees, escaped demons, whatever, are all there. And of course, the failsafe is broken down, and it's just a chaotic. That would be cool as hell.
That would be awesome.
Put that into a raid.
That'd be cool. I personally like to see something similar to, I'm trying to think of a couple of movies, kind of like an Alaskan setting, similar to what they did with AVP, where it was all like ice and whatnot, kind of went down into a temple.
Like 30 Days of Night. Oh,
30
yeah,
Days a Night.
very
Oh my
similar.
gosh, yeah.
that would be awesome.
Something like that. The Thing.
Yep.
Have you guys done have you done your faction quest yet in the parking garage?
No, I haven't.
Oh my god.
Which one?
So I'm just saying.
I remember when you first did that too.
When I put, it was phenomenal. Can you imagine that? How would that freaking be? All right, you go in, take Varnes' scenario where you're going down into the dark, right? And then halfway through the instance, the freaking lights fail, and all characters, everyone in the raid, has to use their camera light. That's all you get for light.
That would be crazy.
That would be awesome.
It would be interesting considering that you would have 5 people with light sources. And then,
Oh no, I'm talking raid, man. Let's go 20.
Okay, well, let's go 20.
And so you can't even see the full size of the boss.
Just bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Kind of something out of like The Darkness,
Yeah. That would be awesome. I love that. I love what they do when they do those kinds of settings where it's like dark, dank, caves, whatever, little lighting, and you're kind of going through. I don't know. I think that's awesome. Adds atmosphere. So cool. So you guys have any last thoughts for the week?
Just keep playing. Keep helping your guild out.
Yeah.
Keep playing.
Right,
keep recruited.
Yep.
Yeah, if you're interested in running anything, hey, hook up with the Tempest Syndicate on the Holder server. Happy to hook up and run whatever. You need a healer, get in touch with Scrivy and I'll heal just about everything. I love doing it. It's fun. So, all right. Well, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us tonight. You can leave any feedback on our website or send an email at tempestgamecast@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter at tempestgamecast. If you're interested in joining the Tempest gaming community, you can visit us at tempestguild.us. Our recruiting videos are hosted on YouTube on our channel, The Tempest Game Community. And I hope you guys have a great and fun week and look forward to seeing you in game.
You too, Scrib. Good night, guys.
Night.
Smashing me to pieces.